a very good evening. A very, very warm welcome to day 2 of Success Stories of PDP Live series for counselors. We are interviewing a lot of our PDP trainees, counselors, psychologists. If you're a counselor or psychologist, today's Instagram series is for you. So make sure that you watch it till the end. If you have it on your to-do list to become a confident and a reputed counselor, and you want to bring long-lasting results in your clients using techniques, becoming a skilled counselor, then today's Instagram live series is for you. And we will get started. We are interviewing 3 of our PDP trainees today. This is a 4 days live series which will go on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. Today is day 2 of the same. And let's start by inviting one of our PDP trainees. Let's go. And till then, all of you can start telling me what are you currently doing so that I can help you. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Vishali. I am the founder and director at Psyche Unlock Psychology. I help psychologists and counselors gain skills in counseling, become confident and deliver transformative results to their clients, as well as work on their own selves before they start working on somebody else. So that's what I do. I've shared that. Let's hope that Shreyashi joins right away. Today we are interviewing Shreyashi. She's one of our PDP trainees. All right. So I think she's here. Let's go. I have accepted her request. Till then, those of us who are here, guys, what brings you here? How do you know about Psyche and what's happening so far? Sreshi, are you there? I have accepted your request and I've even shared a request with you. Please share that again. And I'll also tell you about PDP. PDP is the professional diploma in psychotherapies that we offer. It is a 16 weeks program in which I help you with multiple tools and techniques that you require to help your clients in the best possible manner as a counselor or a psychologist. What else about PDP? You'll know it from Shreyashi. She's not able to join. I'm not sure why. Shreyashi, are you there? Are you able to see my request? Have you joined from your phone? Oh, she's here.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Shreyashi. How are you?
I'm good. It's so nice to see you after such a long time. It seems a
Same
long
here.
time, but it was only in December that I finished it.
Same here. It's
Yeah.
so good to see you. How are you?
I'm fine. Shabnam, you can hang up now. I'm live with ma'am.
Awesome. Amazing. All right, Shreyashi. Please tell us something about yourself. So good to see you here. Please, start by telling something about yourself to everybody.
Yeah. I must tell everybody that I come not from a psychology background, but from a commerce background. You know, I was into business and then into marketing and things like that. And what happened was, this was pre-COVID, that I got into the psychology course, which was my first attempt at psychology. And that was a post-graduation diploma, which I was doing in a university in Calcutta. And I finished that. You won't believe I didn't understand anything, because it was like Greek to me. I don't know what was happening, and they were into, very theoretical aspects of it, and there was no practicality. But I was understanding there is a practical aspect of it, but I didn't know what it was. So that it is. And I lost confidence completely in myself because I really didn't know what I was doing, because that was it. And then I had some personal tragedies and I went into, mental problems myself, because it was, I was getting into a lot of procrastinations and things like that, when I suddenly bumped into one of my classmates and she said that, what are you doing with yourself? I'm working in a hospital. And that is kind of lit all the bulbs in my head. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. And she said, why don't you join Psyche? And then she said, and she put me on to you. And it was, I just dived into it unknowingly, actually, to tell you the truth. And so initially when you saw me, I was a very serious person. I was trying to understand, trying to grab, and, thinking that, is it really for me? I mean, I don't know, because, I'm doing it because I wanted to brush up what I had done before, but I did not understand a single thing, because I'm not from a psychology background. But anyway, suddenly at the end of it, suddenly everybody started raving and ranting, and everybody who came to me said that, wow, ma'am, you are so good, and I have been getting some good responses. And that kind of gave me some kind of a this thing confidence, thinking that maybe I can be something like this, and maybe I'm not so bad at what I think people are. Of course, I tried to be serious at what I did, but that does not mean that I knew it all. I mean, it was a learning process for me. So, but by the time it ended, I kind of started missing it terribly. I said, what the hell, yeah? Why can't it go on and on and on for the rest of my life? Because, this has been such an eye opener, and that it has, given me such a lot of confidence in my own self, because I was procrastinating, doing nothing. And look at me now that I'm being able to help people who are procrastinating. So that is giving me a lot of joy and happiness. So can't I do something like this? So anyway, the saddest part is the PDP course ended, and then I had to find myself, you know. And how do I find myself? See, I had knowledge of business, and I had knowledge of how business people work, in the sense that training and how the skill development and things like that. Of course, it is, but then I realized a lot of psychology is used in that aspect. And that is when I got into this chapter. It's a chamber of commerce called BNI. And I got into a forum of businessmen. Would you believe it? They loved to have a life coach along amongst them, because they said we all need life coaches. You don't know how difficult it is for us
Wow,
to progress. you know,
it's
so
amazing. Hmm.
yeah, and that kind of I kind of opened my eye up and said, really, they know how to. They have everybody, whether it's your depression or whether not depression, it doesn't have to be clinical, but it is just something people need guidance at stages. People fall into traps, and that is where you have to take them out through the psychological backgrounds that we have been taught. And would you believe it, in the trainings, when I am going into more and more deep into it, when they do trainings, they use a lot of NLP, they use a lot of SFBT, they use the empathy part, they use transaction analysis, and I have done everything. Why didn't I know this before? So that is where I think I came in, as like a breath of fresh air to this community, where people understood that there is a lot of scope for psychology in everything that we do today in this world. You can be a normal human being trying to achieve your goals, but you are going round and round the place, but you don't know where you are. So that is where you need somebody to show you a path, and that is where the life coach comes in. So the best part is I don't have to call myself a life coach, because I've enrolled myself as MA in psychology, and soon hopefully I'll be able to finish it, and then I can call myself a complete counselor. But the thing is that to work amongst people who actually think that there is a complete scope of everybody, being inclusive about this. Because when I talked about empathy, then the NLP part came in, and then the eye movement and the coordination, and then the transaction analysis, how to communicate, and then the SFBT parts, everything was so apt for me to get into the system. And so every week we have a session together. It's a community where we meet, and I have to say a little bit, and every little bit is from the class that I've learned with you, and and that kind of gives them a lot, even more interesting. Because today also they were calling me continuously, come at 5 o'clock, we want to meet you, we want to understand more about it. I said, no, today is my day with my trainer, I have to be there. So they want to know more about how this thing works and how it is actually applicable in daily life. so that way. So.
I feel so amazing, Shreshi. It's incredible. So you're working with them, and it's the job, a proper job kind of thing. That's
No, it's not a proper job. It's a
Mhm.
consulting kind of a thing. I
Okay.
can do one to one, and I can also do, community trainings with them. But the thing is that, one step at a time. I don't want to hurry. It's just December that I finished the course, and today.
But it's amazing the level of confidence, and you're already
Yeah.
getting opportunities. It's so good.
Yeah,
It
people have
reflects the
started
energy level that
recognizing
you're
me.
at.
Yeah, people have started recognizing me. Also, I don't think I'm cut up for a job anymore because I'm too old. I should have been retired by now. So I like it this way. I like to take it in my own time and in my own breath. So that way. So
That's
it's
amazing.
yeah, it's keeping me going. That's what I should say. And that I want to learn more and I want to get into more. And even with my MA studies, when I've been doing a little bit of clinical psychology, I'm now trying to understand, what kind of problems people might fall into because of chemical changes in the brain. I mean, that is also very interesting for me at this moment. So, so that way. Yeah.
Amazing. So, Rishi, start by telling me how did this interest into psychology? Like you were from a completely different background. So, did something happen? How did this interest came in, and you came into the field?
Okay. Ma'am, actually, what happened was I was bored with my life, and I always look for opportunities to use to learn. I'm a learner. I might be pretty old, but I'm a completely learner. I love to
Shannon
learn
just
new.
said you're the youngest person of our batch. You are not old. Look at your energy.
So when this opportunity came up as postgraduate diploma studies from Jadavpur University, and they were saying that they could take it from any background, although being from a commerce background, and they said that no problem, you can just come in. It's you can, and that was a 1 year course. So and it was interactive. I had to go and attend the classes and come back. And believe me, my practicals were so bad that I had completely no confidence in myself at all because I didn't know what I was doing because I don't know what kind of questioning. Also, I think the lack of proper teaching, I feel, because today I can understand what is good teaching and what is bad teaching. So that is also there because they were mostly, talking about the Freudian theories and then what happened later and then this and that, which was very confusing for me. So, and the Freud said this, according to Freud, we do this, we do not include any other theory. And that was even more difficult for me because not all the time Freud is relevant, I feel, Freud is Freud, but yeah, there is something more than Freud which has happened. And so that is where, this, I was trying to understand what was happening. I like to learn. And so that's why, when I got into it, it kind of gave me a lot of this thing that I'm going to work with people because I knew that I could talk. I could talk and talk to people, and I like interacting with people. That has always been my forte. So this is something where I could meet new people through this, and this kind of activity. So that kind of generated an interest. But then I think the full capacity lies with you because that confidence you gave me after doing this PDP course because I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise, today.
It's all
Yeah.
your efforts and dedication, I would say. And I think thanks to your friend. What's the name of your friend who referred you?
Indrani, I think she's now in your class right now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
God bless
Yeah.
Indrani. We'll interview
Yeah.
her also soon once she's done with the program. But yes, I think it's your efforts and dedication which has brought you here. It was already inside you. PDP just shaped it a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know, ma'am, because I give total credit to you because I was such a confused person with Freud and not Freud. I didn't know where I was going. And then, today I understand that we can use everything for every thing. Like, I realized you don't use DBT at all in anything. And there I was getting more pressurized to use DBT, which was very confusing for me again. So, whereas these NLPs and SFBTs were never taught to us. The transaction and analysis was never taught to us, which is most important in today's life, which I feel is transaction analysis. Even when you're talking to your mother
Right.
or you're talking to a child, yes,
So
you
true.
need to understand transaction and analysis to, have a better relationship for everything. So these that kind of gave me all the confidence, I should say, because exposure is important, and only learning will not take you, but learning smart is what I
So
feel.
true. Absolutely.
Yes, yeah. So smart learning is what I finally got. And then, of course, I'm being a creative person. I must say that I've been trying to use it very creatively, because I've always been very creative. And if you see my Insta handle, it's not exactly what you're teaching, but something around it, but I'll twist it and then put it, because I have been always. So this year started with my goal setting journey with the group, and I immediately took out a journal, which, I'm sorry, I don't have a printed copy right now, but I which has all the steps of goal setting in it throughout the year, where I have used Smart, I have used Whoop, and I've used all the geo models, everything, and that kind of gave it a something which people can hold in hand, because something tangible, that is also important, ma'am, because when we are talking, they think the paisa
Right.
kyun do isko, because this thing, there
Hmm.
has to be something tangible in their hand to understand that this thing can be done, in a much more different
Right.
manner. So that is why I started this planner. And with businessmen, they like to plan everything in
Right.
advance before they
Hmm.
work on it. So this planner became a great hit, and everybody, starting from company secretaries to CAs to small businessmen and everybody, and you won't believe me, and a small supplier, he first time he came and said, "आप करते क्या हो बोलिए तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है this thing आप करते क्या हो?" And the same person came back to me saying that, I need your help, because I'm going to start a big venture right now. And मैंने देखा कि बहुत लोग कुछ मेहनत ही नहीं करते हैं कि कितना दूर पहुंच जाते हैं, लेकिन हम इतना मेहनत करते हैं फिर भी हम पहुंच नहीं सकते हैं वहां पे.
Wow.
So yeah, so that is where I understood that people, go on going into bends and not understanding where exactly the fault lies. So
Right.
that is where I think we as life coaches can be, the motivating factor for a lot of things. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so that has been my baby so far, ma'am. Yeah, of
Amazing.
course, I've been seeing other clients also, but this has been the more focus on it, on this. Yeah, okay.
Very, very good. So I am surprised. Do share the planner with me also. I would also love to see that. Do you have any
Yeah, yeah,
copy?
yeah. I have an e-copy, ma'am. We are just putting the artwork together because it's a little late, I know, but I will definitely put it, show you the final artwork and this
For
thing.
sure.
Do.
I am so
Yeah.
amazed.
Thank you, ma'am. But the thing is that I just wanted to tell all our viewers and listeners here that it's your creativity as to how you are going to use the psychology. You don't have to be a rundown, psychotherapist, who sits in a chamber and counsels
True.
people. Psychology can be used in so many various ways. I can even do productions because I was into music, that, and I do musical theaters. I would love to do something with that in psychology to make people understand how it works, and
Right.
where people are going wrong and where people are going right, things like that. So I hope people understand that psychology, there is no limitation to using this skill in every way, so
Absolutely.
possible.
So true.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Mm.
Rishi. So now tell us about, how was your personal transformation journey in
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I here now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
all
can
right.
hear you.
Yes. So, Shashi, can you tell me about, so for everybody here, how was your personal transformation journey inside PDP? Have you worked on your own self as well? Have you seen any changes in yourself,
Of
or people
course.
around you? Have they seen a change inside you? And if yes, how did that, the change happen, and how was it?
Yeah. You see, when I came into PDP, I told you, ma'am, I had a complete empty mind. I was like, I didn't know what was happening because, I was trying to get through a personal tragedy. And everything went doldrums. We were shifting houses, and then I was procrastinating as to what I wanted to. Of course, I knew that I had to do something, but then, but I didn't know what. I really didn't know what because, and I was so caught up with the feeling miserable that I forgot to smile, So that I think the more and more practicals that we did in class, slowly that kind of unfolded itself. That's why I'm saying the practicals were so much, beneficial to my personality growth in every stages. And that practicality aspect of it opened my eyes towards a new horizon, and that kind of gave me so much confidence. Then I said that, wow, I mean, what was I doing to myself? I mean, I don't have to feel sad for myself. There are so many people that I can help with, feeling this transformation. And today, I feel that I can do a lot more journals. After doing one journal, I'm thinking I can do a lot more journals. I can do a lot more things with them, which will give them practical aspects of understanding why what is happening to them is just it's just a way of life which you have to know how to go around it. That's it. And that is where I feel, that I transform myself completely. And of course, especially I must thank my peers and everybody. I have heard others also saying that probably this is not for me, but by the end of it, they are saying, wow, they all have become, so confident because that rigor that you have put us through and continuously interaction with one is to one, that is very important because unless you do it, you won't understand what is going on inside your mind, and that you have
Right.
to take out your distress first before you start taking helping others. And that has been a very, very transformational journey, in this PDP. So
Amazing.
ma'am, please start something else where I can also rejoin and do it more and more.
So sweet of you,
Yeah.
Shashi. Absolutely. All right. So,
Mm.
Shashi, tell me about, can you share any one or two peak moments that you had inside PDP that made you feel like, wow, oh my God, that truly amazed you? Maybe a feedback that you received, or something that you did, or something that you were on the receiver's end. So, any one or two those moments
Yeah,
inside PDP.
yeah, ma'am. What happened once was, I don't know whether you remember this instance. I was in a room, and that room got, had. I was I came in late, as I was an observer, and then the second time you put me as an observer also, and then I called you, saying that, ma'am, you have to put me with someone because I don't want to be an observer now. So unknowingly you put me onto somebody. I'm sorry, I've forgotten that girl's name. And then we was doing some worksheets together. I think it was SFBT, if I'm not mistaken. And those worksheets, she was at that moment trying to think that whether I should do my job internship or my master's or my some other career, this thing which she was thinking about. And then we started doing it on the whiteboard, these columns, one after the other, one after the other. And I remember the moment I finished, she gave a huge feedback to you saying that, ma'am, she's amazing. And I believe me, I didn't even have a rapport with her. I don't even know her. I didn't know who this girl was and from where it was. And then I was thinking, wow. I mean, I just met her for 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes in that interactive session, and she's already been so elated about the entire thing. Of course, I was just following a process probably, but that process itself kind of gave me a lot of confidence, thinking that yes, I am, what I'm doing is correct. So that is where I feel that my that moment was a huge joyous moment, of course. That gave me that yes, I can do it, kind of a thing. So
Amazing.
that feedback in class in front of everyone, saying that she was amazing, and I think I've really learned a lot. That kind of gave me a huge push in whatever I
Amazing.
did.
And what kind of
Okay.
feedbacks are you receiving from your clients now that you're working professionally?
See, professionally, again, what I would say is there's a lot of time people would come up and then say that I'm very depressed. Please help me. This is for everybody. And then they will show you their face once. And the first one is always free because we try to establish a rapport, and they'll never come back for the second time, and they just use you and go away. Please do not fall into that rut, because I'm telling all the participants here that this is a tendency which happens with a lot of people. They try to kind of corner you and then take out their thing and what should I do and things like that, but they will never come back to you again. And that is very difficult, as a counselor to accept. But when a person, like this person who said, Rajesh Jothani, he said that आप करते क्या हो बोलिए तो, and then he is the one who comes back to me and said that you have to help me. I think we will start a regular session immediately from February, because I am going around this thing and I don't know where to start and how to end it, and you are the right person to tell me whether I am in the right path. And that is very, very inspiring, I feel. That yes, probably what I'm doing is correct. Is probably I'm in the right path, so that like.
Amazing. All right. So Rishi, tell me about your experience inside PDP. How was your overall experience? Did was it really practical in nature? Did you enjoy the course? How was course as such?
Oh, very intensive and very practical, ma'am. Because had it not been practical, I wouldn't have learned. Because, I only written words or writing in the paper is not enough for me to understand anything. I am a person who needs interaction. And for me, interaction is not only through speaking, interaction is also through, taking live cases and putting it in classified forms, and column by column, and then putting it, and it becomes clearer to me everything, because I'm a very I'm a graphic person also. I like to put it in everything in a flow chart, so that kind of helps me. So I think that kind of is very, very amazing, because when, as I said, when I was doing my postgraduate diploma, that it was so theoretical that I could understand, but yet I couldn't understand. I was wondering what I'm doing, because I don't know how to apply it. And when they told me that why aren't you good in practical, I said I don't know whether I'm going right or wrong, because that confidence in me had totally gone. In applying it practically. So this course is so practical in nature and so good in understanding every aspect of what you're doing, that it really gives you insight into what psychology actually should be, and what psychology and where and how you can use it. So I had been doing this only ever since that. And believe me, my relationship with my children, it was all very difficult at one point of time. It has improved. My relationship with my mother has improved. My this thing, overall things at home is much more peaceful now, because all of us had been through quite a lot of stress, and that kind of has given us that understanding that no, there are some things which we need to work on ourselves first before blaming anybody else. And that is where I feel this practicality of this course is wonderful, ma'am. Really, really. I mean, it's really wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Rishi. And probably one of the final questions. If I have to ask you to summarize what PDP has given you, so how would you do that?
Uh, PDP has given me a new life, and a new life in the sense that it has shown me a path towards something which I enjoy, but I didn't know that I did enjoy because earlier. And it has shown me a new avenue for reaching out to people, to helping them. And it has also given me an understanding that everybody needs support in some way or the other. I also need support. My child also needs support, and it's not only about being feeling depressed or something like that. It just might be a practical way of leading your life, and that is where PDP has been extremely joyful for me, and I'm looking forward to more such courses if PDP can offer, very soon, so that I can be engrossed doing that also. So
Amazing. For sure.
so that's it.
Awesome. So, final questions is now, Sreshi. What would you say to anybody who is looking forward to join PDP or wants to become a confident counselor or a life coach?
Yeah. I think you just can jump into it. Initially you will think like, it's probably the most difficult thing on earth which you're doing, because there's so much of, sorry, confident, this thing happening, um, course, sorry, the worksheets and things like that. It seems a little difficult initially. And I have heard one of your, this thing trainees saying that she was a nurse, and she's saying that no, probably this is not for me, but then later on she became one of the most confident persons. So just jump into it blindly and follow the leader, and you will see what you will gain at the end, because by the end of 4 weeks the entire transformation, you'll start realizing the transformation. So ma'am, I would say that it is helpful for anybody at any stage of life to join, because you might be a student, or you might be somebody who is finishing the career point, or you might be somebody who's thinking about what to do next. That anybody from any aspect of life can join into this blindly. Of course, a little bit of psychology is necessary with it. Like you said, that MA in psychology is very important for all of us to do, because to understand the other parts of it also. So I'm totally believable in that now, and I'm following that path. So please come and
Amazing.
join anyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Sreshi. One final question is the experience that you have shared. So, since the volume of students is a lot, and I can't interview every possible person, but
Yeah.
still, like is this only your experience of transformation, or have you seen people transform with you inside PDP? So, is it just one in a million people who come here and interview me, or is it everybody who is undergoing that change and seeing, witnessing some transformation inside PDP?
So, ma'am, we also have our own batch of WhatsApp groups, and where we talk about what we had done in class and this and that. We are, all of us are, kind of missing that. We can see that we are constantly discussing with each other that what did we do next, and then what happened, and then where is the worksheet? How can you say the worksheet is not there? Things like that. So we are constantly talking to each other, and we are trying to, because all of us, we feel that we are missing something in life as of now, because we need to refresh continuously. Of course, it is not as daily as what we were doing earlier, because it's not a class as said, but we are constantly in touch with each other to be at and we help each other a lot, and this is also a very good community to help each other. Ma'am, when I'm having a problem, I just call up someone from the community, and then I just tell them, this is the problem that I'm facing, and what should I do? And immediately, did you believe it? There is someone who will come and help me out, and there will be somebody who will have huge suggestions, about do it this way and do it that way. And, so that is a wonderful way of, I don't lose hope in anything right now, because
Wow.
earlier I used to go around the bends thinking that what will I do? I don't lose hope in anything now because I know that somebody or the other will reach out and give me a solution for something or the other. So that is the most wonderful community that I have gained through this also, ma'am. Yeah.
Amazing.
Uh,
Yes. So many of them say that we found a new family at Psyche
yes,
inside
yes,
PDP because it is like a second family. I mean, sometimes even our family members are not available for us 24 into 7 the way our community is. You text at 2 o'clock, there
absolutely.
is somebody available at 2 o'clock as well.
Absolutely. Ma'am, I also, I must say that I attended a few of these workshops online where our batchmates were doing. They were all amazing. And also me myself, I did a for the counselors in my area, I did a workshop on REBT for them. And you won't believe they were not satisfied with the 2 hours which I did. And they said that, how can you just finish it up like that? You have to give us more. You have to give us more.
Wow.
I kind of said, wow. So obviously they are very, very, thirsty for more, knowing more. And so that is what I wanted to tell everybody, that kind of confidence you gain out of this practical course that we are doing here, whereas we can impart our knowledge now to others, other counselors. They are all psychiatric background, they have, because not only clinical but psychology as
Hmm.
such. So they
Right.
want to know more from me,
Wow.
so that has been also a great eye opener,
Rishi, you
for
are
me to
spreading
understand.
magic.
No, I'm trying my best, ma'am, to keep myself, going with what I learned and what I've acquired in my knowledge. And I hope that I can express myself better and better every day. That's all.
Amazing. So,
Yeah.
Rishi, what was I going to ask you? I was probably going to ask you any last words that you have that you want to tell everybody. Before that, for that matter, please tell everyone what can you approach, what can they approach you for? What type of clients are you currently taking? So anybody who is watching this video wants to work with you. In what capacities can they work with you and how?
See, I'm good at this thing, writing down, putting it in paper. If somebody wants to do a training, suppose a workshop, it can happen that they want some leads and they want to design a workshop as to how to do it. I can help you with that. I can also help you with, giving you solutions for two different clients, because this is a community of counselors I know. And since this is a community of counselors, I'm talking to people as counselors who are already seeing clients. But people who want to come to me should be in an open mind to, grow. That is where I feel that, you want to grow, you want to add creativity to your field, you come to me, because that is where I can help you understand more and more about yourself first, and then you can, branch out into different aspects. That's it. Yeah. Mm.
Awesome, perfect. So, I think anybody who wants to add creativity or even work with a life coach can get in touch with you, right? And
Absolutely,
we will be
absolutely.
adding you as a collaborator to this video so they can come to your profile directly once they watch this video, right? Awesome.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Even
Yeah.
then, I'm mentioning that the name of Shreyashi's page is by Shreyashi. BYSREYASHI. So you can follow her, you can get in touch with her, and yes, that's something that you can do. If you're looking for credible counselors or life coaches, so the entire Psyche's page is filled with it. When you watch these kind of videos, you're able to see, you can, connect with their aura, what kind of work that they're doing. You can hear it out from their mouth, and that's when you can get in touch with them.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. Last time you had invited, but I couldn't join because I was traveling and I was not sure where I would be, and so I really missed this opportunity. So this time I just grabbed it and I said, no, I have to be there, so
Thank you
thank
so
you
much,
so
Rishi.
much. Yeah, for being so much, a valuable aspect in my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you. Bye, guys. We'll meet in the next live, which is right 5 minutes after this one. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.